Northeast Missouri Old Threshers in Shelbina, Missouri.
The Northeast Missouri Old Threshers grounds are located on the intersection of Fairground Road and North Center Street in Shelbina, Missouri. Also, the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers is located on the Shelby County Fairgrounds, and the Thresher Show happens in the middle of September mostly, and train operations happen during the event as well. Also, to see when the train runs, I'm thinking checking the web would be the best option. Maybe to see whenever it'll run. I believe it runs mostly during the events to see whenever it will run. As I said, checking the web would be the best option, but I think it just usually runs during the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers reunion. Also, the first Northeast Missouri Old Threshers reunion began in 1987, and a railroad was thought of. Sometime between the year 2007 and 2010, the first train ride was given on the grounds. Also, when it all began, the train would only go about halfway around the loop before it was completed. So it was just able to only go halfway around where it runs today. And also, in 2020, the loop was soon completed, and the train can finally go around without having to go to the end of the track and reversing back to the station so constantly nowadays. And if you're looking for the railroad, it is located on the east side of the grounds as well. And it goes in a full circle, but the shape of the railroad is actually an oval, though.
Solvay Process Works 57 was built by Cook Locomotive and Machine Works in Paterson, New Jersey in 1923 and is the 649 91st steam locomotive built by that factory and is an 040T four-wheeler type steam locomotive. This locomotive was built to work for the Solvay Process Company as Solvay Process Works 57. And then in 1947 was sold to Allied Chemical and Dye Corporation as Allied Chemical and Dye Corporation 57. Then in 1955 sold to Rail City Incorporated, and then in 1992 it was sold to Leo Smasol in Sedalia, Missouri, and it was stored dismantled southeast of Sedalia, Missouri when Leo still owned it. Then later on, Solvay Process Works 57 was owned by the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers in
Shelbina.
Missouri and restored and put into operation and given a tender that used to be behind an Illinois Central steam engine.
And it came from the Monticello Railway Museum in Monticello, Illinois.
Also, Solvay Process Works 57 is used whenever the train operates and hauls the caboose
And boxcar.
and especially during the Thresher event as well, and seen giving people rides when it runs. This boxcar was built sometime in the 1900s. Also, this boxcar's railroad it used to work for is currently unknown. Also, this car was once used for hauling cargo on board, like boxes, rolls of paper, and other kinds of cargo it may have carried in the past. This car used to haul a lot in the past. Later, this boxcar came to be part of the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers in
Shelbina.
Missouri and is used for the train consist and to be given rides on board as well as part of the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers Express, NEMO for short as well. Norfolk and Western 518-225 was built by the Norfolk and Western Roanoke shops in Roanoke, Virginia in 1917 and is a wooden caboose and is known as a CF class caboose. Norfolk and Western 518-225 was used on the back of freight trains when used on the Norfolk and Western Railroad. Also, this caboose was used on the back of freight trains as the train crew's office many years ago when used on the Norfolk and Western Railroad. Then later on, Norfolk and Western 518-225 also was retired and sat in a park in Farber, Missouri behind Gulf Mobile and Ohio 880B, which the locomotive was scrapped in the late 1980s, and the caboose remained there till 2013 and went to be part of the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers in Shelbina, Missouri, as part of the Northeast Missouri Old Threshers Express, NEMO for short, and also can be seen hauled on the train consist whenever the train is running as well.
Okay, I'm going to show you all the exhibits inside this building. This is known as the train depot. As you can tell, there are lights on the pillars, these two pillars right here, you can see clearly. And now I'm going to get behind the camera and show you around, so here we go. Okay, so as we enter the museum building, here's a lot of interesting stuff they have here. Feel free to pause and read that if you want. This is an old-fashioned telephone. I think you would have had to wind that key in order to make it work. Call the operator. Here's some Norfolk and Western pictures by a guy named Winston Link. 2143, 2145. And that looks like the steam engine at the National Museum of Transportation in St. Louis. Old vacuums around here. Crossing light right here. That's an old-fashioned casket. With some information about the train cars and locomotives. Pictures from the Durango and Silverton, as well as above the door. And look at all these on this wall. Feel free to pause and read if you want. And there's pictures of when the steam engine was being under restoration and the railroad being constructed. And look at that on the wall. Pennsylvania. And here's some more in this case and a lot of real spikes. Yeah. Okay, you can see behind me is a water tower that I think they built prior to 2020, or yeah, I think it was built in 2019. This, as you can see, those white dresses dangling over the edge. It's like a recreation of three ladies skinny dipping inside the water tower, like the old days, but except just dresses. And I think they use this to fill water into the steam engine and looks like an active one. Yeah. Okay, you can see behind me is the blue speeder that they operate on the railroad here. And I think they had this one forever. And this one, they take along the tracks on the full circle here. And I think this was built for the probably Chicago Northwestern, but who knows? This, I think, is a Fairmount speeder. Yeah. Okay, you can see here is a speeder trailer, and I think it is built on top of the flatbed of the speeder, or the flatbed. And this wood is where people would ride on, and there's a bell. And I think this was made prior to 2020 or after 2020, and it's pulled by the speeder here. Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about trains with me today, and Matthew Lapp, Train Guy. Also, I hope to see you all again real soon, and if you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, the subscribe button is just down below the video screen. And if you didn't give the Facebook page a like yet, here's where you'll want to go. And if you didn't give the Instagram page a follow yet, here's where you'll want to go as well. Also, be sure to get your merch at teesprings.com. The link is in the description box below, along with the Facebook and Instagram pages. And as always, remember to subscribe to the Train Guy. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy, signing out until next time. All aboard!